I think that's really the root of the trouble there for CJ.
Maybe you don't ban either LeBlanc or Victor, and you give Coco one, because Coco's very good at both of those champions as well.
That's true. That is true. I like that. I like it a lot. Well, we'll see what CJ does. There's a LeBlanc ban by SK Telecom, though. Maybe sensing that CJ may be wanting to do something similar to what you just said.
I think they want to force a Victor ban.
Well, they should be able to pretty easily at this point. Hey, they did. What do you know? It was easy.
But the Rise still available as well. That's the problem, is if you ban all three of those champions. If CJ had to ban LeBlanc, Victor, and Kalista, then the Rise goes through. So.
Yeah. All right, so what's going to be now for SK Telecom? What do you think the chances are that Bank's going to get to play Kalista this game?
I don't know.
I feel like we might see it get through, actually. There's a Gragas ban. Not wanting to give Ambition that, which is quite wise. So I feel like this is one of those games where we might actually see Kalista get through. Cue the banning of Kalista.
SKT banning Gragas on both sides is interesting to me.
Oh, Bengi,
I think they just want that Alistar. Yeah, Bengi is.
He's not a big Gragas player. He's not really a Gragas player at all. So I think they just.
It does show a little bit of weakness in their champion pool, however.
Yeah, if you can't play Gragas right now, you probably want to learn to play Gragas.
You probably do want to learn to play Gragas. That is true.
So the Rise ban against SK Telecom. Not too shocking there. That was not a pun on Rise's abilities, by the way.
To shoot electricity.
That was just me not being surprised about Rise being banned on red side.
All right. Well, there is a Maokai.
All right. So
respecting Shy, who actually did have a pretty good game, all things considered. So his team chose the wrong engagements at some pretty crucial moments, and SK Telecom able to kite out all the movement speed that they have.
Wow. Well, Kalista's available, as is Cassiopeia, too. And Azir.
The thing about Kalista is Space is probably the best Urgot player in Korea.
Oh, that's true, too.
So if they want to turtle up, if the Kalista is picked, you have the opportunity to take Urgot Alistar. There's no way you're diving that lane. So
Bang is a great Urgot player, too. So neither side may actually want to take the Kalista. One of them's got to, though.
No, one of them will.
One of them will. I mean, Kalista and Gragas are 100% pick ban this season so far.
So do you go for the Kalista or do you go for the Alistar? You're not going to get both. So there we go. Kalista will be taken. Bang, putting his undefeated 8-0 Kalista record on the line tonight.
Yeah. We'll see what CJ decides to go with. They've obviously got a lot of good options.
Shy doesn't need this damn headset.
No. He can hear just fine in that booth. Hear his teammates, not what's outside the booth, rather. Our booths, like, genuinely are pretty soundproof.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Solid construction.
Could probably survive a nuclear blast in one of those booths. So that might be a bit of an exaggeration.
You should take Jungler and Alistar right here if you're CJ.
Yeah.
Try and get that priority. Do you want to take that Rek'Sai?
I think taking the Rek'Sai away from Bengi might be pretty important.
They banned the Rek'Sai in Game 1 because they didn't want Bengi to have it. So you have to think that that's pretty far up there, but they may want the Rumble instead. Marin not going to be able to get that. Okay.
There are just so many good picks on SK Telecom that you can't ban out this team. Somebody is going to get one of their best champions every game.
Well, Shy, no slouch on the top lane Rumble, and because they banned the Gnar, SKT is going to have to play something that is going to be probably in melee range of this Rumble unless they have a trick up their sleeve. And that may present some problems. Shy planning on putting a lot of pressure on that top side. They could take the Rek'Sai right now. They're going to probably pick support and jungle.
Could you go with the Hecarim maybe in this case if you're SK Telecom?
You can, but you're very item dependent, and that'll create a big timing window for CJ to fight around the dragon or press fights in the mid game while you're still trying to ramp up.
I suppose. Well, Rek'Sai for Bengi would be expected, but this Morgana, though. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
That's interesting to me. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Wolf's Morgana this season.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the rest of this comp is going to be. There has to be another reason why they're picking the Morgana. Now, of course, Wolf not much of a Nautilus player, which would be a good pickup here but he has very limited competitive experience on that champion, only 2 or 3 games.
Well, it
overall.
takes a while, too, before you can throw Morgana in and she can survive, you know, long enough to get her ult off, too, with Kalista, if you're talking about that combination. So it's a bit surprising. You don't think they'd maybe consider running that top?
Possibly.
Have a bit of a surprise there.
That's actually possibly true. That's a good point.
Against the Rumble, maybe Marin's got the Morgana as sort of a pocket pick now.
It hasn't been something that SKT has done, but obviously it has been roaming around Korea quite a bit, but not this season. We did see it once or twice in the spring.
Yeah, Trace played it a lot for Jinair, but...
Yeah, a lot of teams actually played it. Then it rippled out into a lot of the other regions as well, but it did originate with Trace on Jinair. And... wow, maybe going for an aggressive jungler, so Nidalee for Ambition. I love how Ambition, we talked about his versatility in the jungle. Of course, Nidalee was always one of his best champions when he played mid lane for years.
Yeah.
And now he's able to come back to that pick. Yeah, Nidalee's been changed a little bit, but a lot of her animations remain the same. And he does so well whenever they play that Warrior Enchant Lee Sin. So this is a really big mid-game, early-game focused composition from CJ.
And look at this. It looks like it will be a solo lane Morgana as Wolf locks in that Annie. So the question is, you know, will it go mid or top? I would think it would probably go top, which means what is Faker going to play against this?
Could take another flex pick too, and make it very unclear as to whether what Faker and Marin are playing. They're talking out. You need Cassiopeia. You need something that is going to cause damage here. Lulu would be.
Whoa, that would be nice, but I'd be surprised. I'd be happy, and it's counting down. Faker can play anything. Wow, it's Master Yi. Faker, that's got to be Faker playing the Master Yi.
I don't know what's going on.
Or are we going full Korean solo queue, and it's a jungle Master Yi and a top Rek'Sai?
Honestly, possible.
I think it is. The thing is, teleport Smite Master Yi, and it wouldn't be teleport Smite. It's been a thing in the jungle for Korea since,
I don't know
time began.
why they would blind pick this Yi. Even when Faker picked the Irelia, he knew it was going into an Azir.
I love this.
What is going on? Are they going to run a mid Urgot into this? This isn't a bad idea, but what happens if it's a top Master Yi and it's a mid Morgana here?
Exactly.
The Urgot, I love the Urgot pick here against a mid Yi.
If it is a mid Yi.
I think it is.
And not a jungle Yi. Yep.
I don't know.
Well, somewhere Cowsep's happy, right?
Well, only if it's a jungle Yi.
That's true, yeah. Well, we're making the solo queue assumption here.
All right, Urgot, that's a great pick in the mid lane. And something that Coco shouldn't be too uncomfortable playing even if he hasn't practiced it. Urgot not. You see Coco's face right there.
I know. It's like, no. I did not ask for this.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this composition. Lots of CC with the Morgana and the Annie.
Right.
If Bang goes Hurricane and gets a big Rend-off, the resets from the Yi could be ridiculous with this team composition. Absolutely freaking ridiculous. But this is so hard to pull off for SK Telecom. It is going to be amazing if they are able to make this work.
Faker's like, you know what? I played Victor too many times. I played the same champion too many times. I need a new one again.
I knew we'd see something weird tonight.
I need to play my 9th different champion this season. We're going to see if you can get the Yi sets. That's Master Yi resets. You know, the last time we saw a Master Yi in Champions was when Corn Salad played it 2 years ago. That was like one of the very first matches we casted.
It has been a long time since we've seen that Master Yi.
Long time. Nobody even knows who Corn Salad is now. But he won a game with Mid Yi way back
AP Yi
when.
used to be actually okay. So there, it was
enough to see it once anyway.
It was seen a lot in other regions actually. Of course, players like Alex Ich doing very well with it. In Europe, well, we're in for an interesting one, that is for sure.
Treat. Well, let's see if CJ can tie it up. Let's get in the game and find out. All right, here we go. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. CJ fans going nuts, but not as much as the SKT fans with that mid-Master Yi for Faker. When I woke up this morning, Monte Cristo, the first thing I did is went back to bed because there were mosquitoes in my room all night and I couldn't sleep. But after that, I didn't think that I would be saying Faker on Master Yi.
To be fair, if you didn't think it, then you actually, it doesn't matter when you didn't think it.
That's
I'm just saying.
true. Well, I haven't ever thought that.
Uh-oh.
Giant enemy Crab God is powerful.
Well, and it is a great pick in the lane against Master Yi, obviously, considering you're going to be getting so much of that armor.
You know what, though, Monty? Faker doesn't care. He doesn't care about your counter picks, your good or bad matchups. Faker just plays what he wants to play.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if he won this game. So Faker going to start a longsword health pot. And again, SKT, if they can actually pull this off, if they can get the big crowd control AoE combo with like if Bang goes Hurricane or something like that, and Marin hits all those soul shackles, it could be absolutely devastating because Faker's alpha strikes are going to be just killing people left and right. And the follow-up to killing one or two people quickly where he just chases them down with Highlander is very scary.
Looks like CJ needing a pause just to make sure that they're seeing the right champion on the other side. They're like, did they really mean to pick Master Yi? We're not remaking? This wasn't like a bug or something? No, they're really doing it. They are really doing it. Faker is playing Master Yi, and it just might destroy the entire server.
The server just broke with everyone in solo queue picking Master Yi right now.
Like riots, like alarms are going off. Like something weird is going on.
This is where you stay off the Korean server for the next 2 weeks.
To be fair, it's not like there wouldn't have been a lot of Master Yi anyway. It's just like now it's going to be the mid lane instead of being in the jungle. You know, everyone really sad about Echo being banned every game.
And then everyone in bronze is going to be claiming that Yi is an Urgot counter pick. Oh my god.
Dude, it is the ultimate time. This is the ultimate time to not play solo queue in Korea because it's going to be a ton of Master Yis and Vanes. You do not want to play. So I'm sorry.
I don't know.
ARAM is fun.
The Blitzcrank era of Korean solo queue was a pretty dark time, though.
Well, that dark time has never left us, man. That's every time. But I don't know what that's all about. Bengi is saying, talk to the hand, I guess. I don't know.
Bengi showing off his tongue mechanics.
I guess so. You know, he's in a Kiss tribute band, too. He's the Gene Simmons of that one, yeah.
I would love to see him in Kiss makeup and, like, the leather and the spikes and everything.
Well, you know, he likes to rock all night and party every day, so rock and roll all night. And it is a party in the mid lane.
It's time for more Bengi clapping. That's my favorite time.
That's right. Don't let the fingers contact each other because you need them to stay limber. Limby? Stay limby? I don't know.
It's actually Gumby's cousin.
Limby. That's good. That's what happens when I try to speak English and read Korean at the same time. And I can't really do either, so it's really hard. Yep. Well, Space is like, guys, if we lose this game, everyone's going to laugh at us.
Yes, everyone will laugh at you. Well, Coco's going to start Barrier this game, and he's got a Flask, so he should be able to last out this lane unless something. I just want to know what the hell the plan is here because it's
get the resets.
It's so difficult to see exactly what they're doing.
And Marin on this top Morgana, not a pick we see him play really ever, too.
Ever.
So how is he
I'm actually
going
to look that up. I'm pretty sure he's never played it.
I want to say that, but I'll wait for you to look it up to confirm. But yeah, Marin, we'll see how he does on this. I mean, the really nice thing for SKT, though, is that Bengi is on Rek'Sai, which is great for them.
My concern about Marin in particular playing this top Morgana is that it's a pick that if we think about Marin as a player, one of Marin's greatest faults is I'm going to push the lane, not ward, and die to a gank.
True.
Morgana is a champion that doesn't have a choice in really pushing that lane.
It's Master Yi versus Giant Enemy Crab God. Nice sign. I ate some crab yesterday. It was delicious. I went to Noryangjin Fish Market. Well, and I got fish too, but I also got a crab.
That's great. I love going there.
Me too.
All right, he's never played top Morgana ever. So
not surprising.
Not surprising. SKT wasn't one of the teams that subscribed to the top Morgana back when it was popular last season. And you know, this is curious too because Morgana was nerfed in terms of her pool damage. Now, of course, that's not going to be as big of a deal when you can get AP items on her in the top lane.
True.
But it does hinder her early pushing ability, which may be a bonus for Marin because he won't be as overextended.
Man, I'm just like imagining the Rek'Sai, Annie, you know, CC Wombo combos, and then here comes Master Yi, here comes Arun and Hurricane Callista. It could get ugly pretty quick.
What happens if Yi goes Hydra? That's the question, because if everyone is grouped up like that and he actually gets a Hydra and autos that clump, it could be quite funny. I really hope this works because I want to see it, because this is like the only way it can work, and the only way it can work is hilarious.
Yeah, it's going to be just everybody blowing up, basically. Wow. So Faker's playing Master Yi, dude. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not his first competitive game on Yi, though. He must have, I'm pretty sure he's played APE in the past.
See, what happened is Faker was on Hoth, right? The ice planet. And he was off on his own. He was a little bit separated from the rest of everybody else. Almost froze to death. But then he saw a blue apparition appear in front of him. It was Corn Salad. And he's like, Corn Salad, Corn Salad, Corn Salad. You will pick Master Yi and champions. And he's like, okay. And then Bengi showed up on his Tauntaun and cut it open, put Faker right in there. He was fine. Yep. No problems at all. Yeah.
Wow, that's so new. That's how Nunu died, actually.
That's right. He rode up on Nunu. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Wow. Well, yeah. And that's the story of how Faker came to pick Master Yi in this series. So there you go.
Speaking of stories of Faker picking Master Yi, there are none. There are no stories. This is his first game. I thought for sure he would have played one of the APE games back when he was strong, but
the legend is beginning right now.
This is just Faker's drive to play every single champion in professional play.
This season has been absolutely insane in that he has only ever played one champion more than once, and that's Victor. He's played 3 games now. Every other game this season has been a different champion. Nobody really does that except for Faker.
Coco actually did play a lot of different champions last season too.
I should say though, nobody really does that and wins as much as Faker. Nobody does this and wins with Mid Aurelia. Nobody does this and wins with Varus, right? So
actually, like, that's not true. Lots of people have been winning on Varus recently.
I'm talking more about Korea, you know?
Yeah, we haven't had as many Varus victories as in other regions, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And there's Shy.
He's like, well, I have Rumble.
And he has his name embroidered on his shirt's collar. Those are interesting new uniforms. I'm not sure how I feel about them.
Yeah, it doesn't work because in Korea, it's really popular to pop your collar. And if he does that, it's going to be on the inside and upside down. So
I'm just happy like we don't have pop collars. By the way,
if
you're watching right now and you have a pop collar, please unpop it for me. Thank you.
Unpop it.
I'm saving you from looking silly. You're welcome. I'm giving you fashion
words
tips.
I can think of to describe someone who walks around with a pop collar.
We'll go with silly. We'll go with silly.
We'll go with silly, sure.
So just reach up right now and unpop it. If it's popped, there you go.
Looks way better.
You'll thank me in 10 years when you have to look back at pictures of yourself wearing a pop collar and you'll be like, my God, I'm embarrassed.
They've all unpopped it now. They all look better. Speaking of being embarrassed, when I was like in grade school, man, there was this rap group called Crisscross, and their shtick was that they wore their clothes backwards, and I wanted to do that so bad because I was so into Crisscross, and they were so awesome, and all my friends got to do it, but my mom wouldn't let me. And now I'm like, thanks, Mom. I appreciate
You saved me from the embarrassment.
Yep, that's right. And so on that note, it's time to get back into the game. CJ versus SK Telecom. And can SKT make this slightly, ever so slightly unorthodox composition work? We'll see. Wolf already doing a bit of harassment, trying to stop this blue invade.
This is not... I mean, this is an interesting invade that we have going on here early on. Wolf and Mad Life going to have to go head-to-head. They're very worried about this. Are they actually going to have to give this up? Yeah, Ambition just going to have to ditch.
Well, I mean, the way that the resets have changed over the last couple patches, too, means that it's harder to kind of keep that leashed than it used to be. So, yeah, CJ forced off by some poking from Wolf.
Wow. Shy also going to have to use his teleport to get down into that bottom side after healing up. So a little bit of time wasted there from CJ. Nice block from Wolf with the Annie, a champion that we haven't seen from him in a little bit, but that he is very good on.
Yeah, that's right. Annie, of course, falling off a little bit in popularity, I suppose, with the auto attack nerf, which I'm still very sad about. But
where is Faker going? Okay, so they're responding to the blue buff right now. They want Bengi wants to go over there. They're going to check it right now. So they're trying to punish and 3-buff Ambition. And they're probably going to get it. So Faker just wandering out of lane after pushing up, making sure that Bengi was safe in picking up that buff.
Faker had a pretty big CS lead already, so why not? And you gotta think that Coco, yeah, even though Urgot is tanky, it's a good matchup against Master Yi. He probably doesn't have a ton of experience in this matchup.
Absolutely not. But I mean, it's not that hard. Master Yi is a very binary champion.
Yeah, you go in and you hit things. That's about it.
So Bengi looking for a level 3 gank right here onto Coco before he actually starts to get super tanky. Marin actually going to join him. This is the push squad.
If they hit the Stark Binding.
And he's here too.
Wow, they really want to take out Coco. The flash stun. There we go. Dark Binding lands as well. And that is going to be first blood. Goes over to Bengi. And Coco's like,
damn it. I mean, there's nothing you could do in that situation, really. He wasn't being uncautious, but if we look at what happened, that was all enabled by the lane pressure, and SK Telecom is snowballing.
Oh, Ambition gets it with the Dark Binding. They're going in again. Another kill for Bengi.
This all came about because SKT stuffed the invade onto that buff, and they have made plays around it.
Yeah.
Marin pushed up the bottom side because Shy wasn't there. Shy was distracted at the blue buff, so he got the priority on the wave.
Oh no, he's coming. He's coming down to bot lane. Watch out, Shy. Oh.
They think he's gone back.
I think so. Shy pushing up in lane. Oh no.
They definitely don't think he's there right now.
Oh, the humanity. Meanwhile, action up in top lane. Space getting very low as well. Looks like he'll make it out just barely. There's a stun onto Shy. They can't get the kill.
He got his flash, though.
By the way, Faker's doing all this roaming, and he's also up 31-18 in CS right now.
Well, that's because Coco died. But anyway.
Way to kill the hype. Thank you.
Let me describe what happened right there, because it was very fast reactions from SKT, but very good pressure afterwards. So CJ goes into the blue buff. Wolf delays them. That allows...
Oh, boy. Here we go. Prey Seeker. Bengi not having his tunnel, though, it looks like.
Yeah, just putting the pressure on. That allows this... It allowed Bang to get into the lane, start pushing the wave. It allowed Morgana to get into the lane first, start pushing the wave with that W. And that had freed up so many roams. Freed up the opportunity to do a 3-buff right there. Freed up Wolf and Marin to come into that mid lane to try and set up the gank. And it's just been working beautifully for SKT. They still need a really big CS lead, or gold lead rather, in order to make this composition work. So the fact that they're up 1.5k now isn't necessarily game-breaking, but Faker having that sustain against the Urgot is going to be very helpful this early on into the game. Of course, going to be maxing that Alpha Strike early. Clear out those waves. Coco has a tier now, but the combat stats aren't quite there for him yet.
Well, it's tier versus Cutlass right now, and so Faker is definitely going to be winning the damage side of things for the moment.
I'm just very impressed with SK Telecom's ability to react to that situation and get so much out of it. Here comes Wolf.
Oh, stun onto Coco. Bengi comes in from the top, and Faker there to do a lot of damage. Is it going to be a kill? Wolf takes that one. Oops. Coco gets a kill onto Bengi. But, oh, they're going in Ambition. There's the Alpha Strike. Whoa, we're going full solo kill here. Flash over the wall from Faker for a kill there. All right, it's going to be that kind of game, huh?
Faker is just going to scratch his head in bewilderment at his own abilities to kill Ambition.
Yeah.
Ambition going to have such a hard time this game. If you don't get rolling on that Nidalee quickly, if you don't get that tier up and stacking soon, you fall off so hard. And as Nidalee, the last time Faker played against Nidalee, we remember what he did to Eve on that Victor. Now, with a big advantage, Ambition is just going to get one shot by Faker.
Pretty much. And meanwhile, Coco... the only tier getting sacked for him is IRL.
Space has gone for an Avarice Blade first also, so that's a big problem. He's just going to not be useful in terms of fighting for a really long time and is a bid to get back into the game in terms of gold.
Well, that's kind of a pretty easy ticket for SKT to get any dragons they want to too early on. Things may be slowing down a bit now. Nope, never mind. There we go. Face call, throwing him in onto Space. There's a knock up, a little bit of damage. Teleport coming in from CJ though. Bang, flashing out of the headbutt pulverized combo from Mad Life. The
Tried to make a play there.
Yeah.
Without the Fate's call, they thought maybe they could do something. Maybe they could turn this around, but instead they're just going to take a bunch of turret damage to the bottom side. And Coco taking some tower damage of his own. Bengi's just going to move down and try and counter jungle as much as he can.
Well, he's giving Marin so much time to get farmed up down in this bot lane as well, too. So while Shy is trying to teleport and make plays, Marin's just getting stronger and stronger and getting to avoid that matchup.
Okay, so CJ, to get back into this game, they have great poke with this composition. With the Nidalee, the Urgot, the Sivir, they're in a good position. And they have the Sivir ult too, so they can dodge out, maybe, on Wolf's anti-engage, because that's the only primary engage that SK Telecom has. That's it. Now, they have the Kalista, so the Fate's Call going to be useful for getting Annie in there, even when Annie doesn't have flash up. But still, CJ has a sliver of a chance to just kite this game out because of the lack of engage from SKT.
Well, Ambition has been able to get a little bit of a breather here, doing some farming. Here's Bengi, though. Looks like they want to come in onto Shy.
Shy still without flash.
Yeah, that's right. Putting the ward down to avoid the lane. There's a flash from Marin. He puts down the ultimate as well. Shy drops that equalizer. Marin getting very low. Barely gets out of that flame spitter. Can Shy finish him off? The shield is not quite enough. And it looks like Bengi's going to clean this one up, but Shy able to grab himself. Oh, boy. Whoa! Shy with the 1v2 after getting stunned, after getting ulted by Marin. CJ needed that one.
Just playing with the with those brushes and making sure they couldn't have the vision of him.
Wow.
And that's what he gets. He actually gets that extra damage from overheating. Then it wears off, and he's got the flame spitter up again. Huge play from Shy.
This is Shy.
This
Teleport coming in
is
from
Shy. Marin.
I don't know, man. That's a nice try. It's a nice try.
Tried with the home guard.
Yeah, the home guard dark binding engage. Yeah, I know all about that one.
So it looked pretty good, but remember, there wasn't that much damage on Marin at that time. Ambition here onto Faker. Actually pounces Faker using the Highlander. He's going to go down.
Yep. And CJ starting to respond pretty well to this, taking advantage of the weaknesses now in SK Telecom's composition.
Well, they ganked Faker while his flash was down, so all he had was his ultimate to try and get away from that, and got swapped in by Coco. Wolf's
flash.
Here.
And they try to get the stun. There's one from the Q. Dark Binding comes in. Coco getting blown up very low. Can he make it out? No. Marin gets the kill, and he'll be able to make it out of turret aggro. Tibbers being a bro there.
This game is silly.
I know. I love it. I love this game, Monte Cristo. Faker's got his Blade of the Rune King now, by the way.
Yeah, that first item complete. I'm very curious to see where this build is going exactly, because he needs to start diving people much more actively. Wolf's presence on the map has been absolutely the key to this game so far.
Well, he's really good on Annie. Faker's going to find Shy here. There's the ward. Yeah. Shy, or Faker rather, just using his own pink ward, and he's going to rotate to bottom lane, it looks like.
Yeah, so Faker gets the Blade of the Ruin King, and then he immediately wants to split push. He needs to be in a 1v1 situation. But, actually, is he going back to the mid lane? That would be surprising. You'd think that they'd swap Bang to the mid lane right now and just try and deal with things that way, because Marin is perfectly capable of being in a 1v2.
Yeah.
He's got that cooldown reduction by a lot, so he can just keep on putting down W, and you're not really going to get close to his turret. Here we go.
Here we go again. Yeah, chilling smite onto Coco. Faker gets in there with the Alpha Strike. Coco getting very low. Wolf comes in to deservedly take the kill. It's all him, yeah. That's 2 kills for Coco now. I'm keeping track.
So Coco, they're just playing with each other's like summoner and ult cooldown timers right there, just going back and forth in terms of these kills.
Now, SK Telecom really wants this dragon too. Wolf with a 202 stat line right now. That's what I like to see out of an Annie.
It's been great. He's been the reason why this game has been so successful for SKT, just sniffing out that early invade and then making plays to set up the kills for his team so far. And Marin doing work, but at the end of the day, eventually SK Telecom is going to have to group and have a team fight. And at that point, They need to have an absolutely massive gold lead because this composition is not tanky. Its damage is entirely dependent on landing crowd control. There's no other way it can do damage because Morgana has no damage unless everyone's stunned on top of her W. And Bang, we'll see what his build is, but Kalista has to do AoE damage kind of, and Faker is more of a cleanup carry than anything else in this game. You can't go in first on Master Yi. So they're going to have to split push and skirmish themselves into a very large lead before they can commit to a 5v5.
Well, so far so good.
Well, it's not that big of a lead, actually.
No, I mean, I'm looking at the CS, and I feel like that's what they can kind of build off of more than just the kills this game, you know? Oh, Bengi coming into harass Ambition again. There's a knockup. Ambition got the red buff. Yep, Chilling Smite from Bengi, but thinking better of following that one up. Didn't have enough vision to go after that one safely. SKT, though, looks like they want to take this dragon. In the meantime, though, there might be a bit of a dive here.
Is 6. I don't know how you dive this.
Well, they're going to give it a try anyway. Coming in, there's the exhaust on a Faker right away. Wolf getting pulled out. They throw him back. Mad Life has that ultimate. There's the equalizer coming down as Shy teleports into the fight here. Faker on the run. Yep, that was just kind of like a run by and wave kind of thing. It's like, hey, guys, we're still around. Faker had to use his ultimate.
Well, Marn's going to get a turret for it, though, it looked like. Coco gets the blue buff, but Bengi just all up in everyone's face this game.
Yeah, going to take a bit of damage from Coco there, but not too much. And Marin getting that top turret.
Getting out as well.
Getting out, yeah.
So
mid-turret, rather.
That's actually a huge pickup right now.
Oh, Faker finds space. Space flashes. Mad Life right there. And Faker knows he needs to turn it around. Yeah, Bang was close by, too, tanking some turrets.
Coco's
There's
coming.
Wolf coming as well. Yeah, Coco right behind him here. They got the flash from Faker. This could be bad for SKT. Meanwhile, Marin dueling Shy. Uh-oh, SKT in a little bit of trouble. Bengi's going to need to save him here. Wolf drops that Tibbers. Coco taking some poke, and it looks like they'll be able to just barely get back under turret just in time. Wolf having to use his Tibbers for that, and that might mean CJ gets this dragon.
Yeah, they're starting to set up right now, taking a look at it. They've got some heals from Ambition. They're generally pretty healthy, and they have the Urgot ult, even though they don't have anything else right now.
And Bengi, can he steal the dragon? Nope. Mad Life pushing him out. And CJ does take it. So, a little bit of a win there for CJ now.
So Faker looks like he's going to go Ghostblade next. And
why not?
Well, he's got to start split pushing is the thing. He can't, I mean, the mid lane is just not going to be a useful place for him to be in particular because this is a dueling build for Master Yi where you're going to be, okay.
Wow, Martin's going to actually use his ultimate here. Can they make a follow-up on this? They get the stun. Faker coming in, uses that ultimate, but here comes Ambition. They're going to turn onto him, though. Faker gets the damage. Oh, not quite enough because of the position reverser. No, he does get enough. Gets the double kill. Shy looks like he's going to be able to get a bit of revenge, but Faker shaking things up there.
This is the best solo queue game ever.
I know. This is great.
There's only one way in, Doa, and that's all in.
I think Faker is finally ready to make his transition to the LPL.
Well, look at Coco. He's actually not even completing his Muramana. This is a really intelligent adaptation. He's just like, screw this. I need Brutalizer and Glacial Shroud right now.
Yep. Meanwhile, Marin is becoming the split push Morgana, claiming 2 turrets already this game.
Now has a Morello Namicon to show for his troubles, going for an Abyssal Scepter next, and then probably into Zonia's Hourglass. After all is said and done.
Why not?
Well, now SKT really jumping out to a lead where they'll just be able to continue to turret dive forever.
40 CS ahead in the AD carry spot. 10 in top, and then another 40 or so for Faker.
Faker getting another blue buff right here. Nice. There's an arm guard now for Shy. So Shy very much aware that he may end up split pushing against Faker, and also how much he needs that Zonia's Hourglass, because it's just all about weathering the initial burst from SKT, because if he can dodge the CC with the Zonias, then he's just going to come out and body everybody. He's the hope of CJ right now, 3-0-0 on that top lane Rumble.
Yeah, Shy really does need to be the person that carries CJ Entus going forward in this game. Marin has been just largely on his own this game. I mean, yeah, he's 1-1-3. He's been part of things, but he's been able to just get a lot of farming done by himself.
Well, he's just on wave clear duty.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, here we go. A little bit of damage onto space there as they try to push this bottom lane and claim that last outer turret. Ambition and Mad Life close by, though.
I don't understand why Faker isn't in top right now and just put Marin in the mid lane, because Coco doesn't have any magic resist yet, and
now he's going.
Marin can just
to Raptors.
Actually push the lane with his W while Faker threatens to dive this Rumble right now. They're going to see Faker coming up. They have a lot of wards in their own jungle, but it's not really a whole lot they can do to stop it as Shy gets hit by a Dark Binding. Take it down. Again, the ultimate.
Yeah, Marin just trying to push him back a little bit. Just being scary. It's not a very long cooldown ultimate, so you can go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, SK Telecom, again, making a move back down towards the spot. They really want to take that turret. It's less than half health, and it's the final outer turret remaining for CJ.
Shy has TP, and he's going back, though. They're sensing that this is up. He's going to TP.
Oh, Space has to use that ultimate, though.
Oh, wow. So just before he could finish his recall, Space bails on his turret. Very scared of these dives now.
I would be, too. Faker going after the red buff now. We'll see if Coco can prevent him from getting it. Looks like Faker not wanting to give that one a try until Marin gets there.
Marin has no ult, though.
Yeah, he's got the Dark Binding, though. Faker getting in for a lot of damage onto Ambition. Wow, Faker doing a ton of damage to Ambition here.
Who got the red buff and all of that?
I believe it was somebody on, it was Marin.
Marin actually got it, okay.
Wow, okay. Huh, interesting. Didn't see how he managed to grab that one. Headbutt Pulverize for Mad Life, but nobody there to add that damage on afterwards. Dragging up in about a minute 40 now, and SKT already going into the CJ side of the jungle and just taking everything they find there, getting wards down, setting up for that dragon. They want to equalize and get there first.
Well, they're in a good place to do so. Although Space just got his Infinity Edge, so that's going to be quite useful for them. Coco, of course, still lagging behind in that mid lane after dying 5 times this game.
Arm guard for Ambition as well, too, so trying to be a little bit tankier against Faker, but Faker's got his Yo moves done. Like, he's like one item ahead enough that he can still do a lot of damage right now, it seems like.
Yes, indeed. Well, there's also a million wards for SKT in the enemy jungle right now. They're going to see every avenue of approach from CJ Entus. And this dragon spawning in 45 seconds. They have to walk through some very dangerous choke points against the crowd control from SKT. They're going to try and push up the mid lane, but they don't have the best wave clear without the Sivir there.
Well, Mad Life trying to take out a couple Rek'Sai tunnels, trying to get a little bit more vision back for CJ before this dragon comes up. It's going to be soon. Very soon. CJ's got to be very careful, though. Teleports for both top laners, so Shy and Marin able to join the fight whenever they want to, if there will be one. Wolf is actually sitting in the dragon pit right now.
It's where you hide as the Annie.
I guess so. Well, they've got a ward. CJ has a ward, so they can see SKT. There we go. Marin coming in from behind with home guard. Can slow down. Whoa, there's a huge tip result followed up by Marin. Mad Life pushing Bang away, but that just means he's going to get taken up. Marin getting low here as well, too. Exhaust onto Faker, trying to go deep onto space. He's going to get him low. He's going to get the kill. And now the resets begin. Coco in big trouble. Double kill for Faker. Another kill for Bang. And there's another one. Ace clean for SKT. And they're going to head right over to that Baron. It's happening, guys. It's happening.
Doa, why is it happening?
Because it's a wonderful life, Monte Cristo.
Well, they got caught out there in the jungle with that massive Tibber stun.
Yeah.
And that prompts the ensuing all-in. Marin actually catching them on top of that W. That's what you need.
Yep.
That's exactly what you need.
Let's watch.
So everybody backing off right here. Wolf gets a ward and then a 3-man Timber Stun. Look at Marin flash ulting with the W in order to pick that up. And then Faker just playing on the periphery, starts chopping away at Mad Life. Now, Coco looks like he was interrupted on his ultimate right there, and Faker's just doing way too much damage at this point. If he gets that opportunity to clean things up, it's quite easy for him. Oh, boy. Well,
you know he's going to get the MVP if they win this, too.
Wolf really deserves the MVP for this game.
Oh, I agree completely, but it's hard to Hard to beat Faker on Master Yi in terms of the popularity contest, right? But yeah, right from the beginning, man, Wolf denying that blue steal. It's follow-up.
And that's really the takeaway from this. This wasn't really about what champions they selected. It was wonderful map play by SKT. They could have been playing the most meta comp in existence and done pretty much exactly the same thing that we saw based on what happened at that level 1 and what Wolf was able to do on Annie.
Oh, position reverser onto Bengi, a little bit on his own. Bang comes in for quite a bit of damage. Oh, Bengi getting pushed out. Wolf drops that Timbers in response, but Bang still taking some damage here. There's the Fate's call to pull Wolf out. They're going to throw him back in under Ambition because Marin's right there for the Dark Binding. Wolf picking up another kill as well. And SKT able to clean this one up. Here comes Faker. The damage coming in from Alpha Strike. Coco gets hit with the Dark Binding. That's a double now for Marin. And Faker with the cleanup double for the clean ace yet again. And SKT, they're going to take this Baron buff to an inhibitor.
Yep, going to take an inhibitor out very quickly right here, of course. With Faker on that Master Yi, they're going to fall extremely quickly. They
can't.
I don't think they can end. They can end. They have Baron.
I guess so. I mean, they're going to do a lot of damage here, but space back up. This seems extraordinarily dangerous. Well, not if you Dark Binding him immediately, I guess. Okay, this is happening, guys. Faker very low. This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. We've made a terrible mistake. Run away.
Shy can TP on. He needs to TP. He has to TP.
Yeah, definitely does. Definitely does. Got the home guard.
He needs to TP.
He's not TPing. He's not TPing. Where's he going to TP to, though?
Yeah, tons of wards on the bottom side jungle.
I suppose. Well, they had one ward. A single ward.
That 2 people walked over.
Bang Chase 2015.
Well, he can't.
Oh, nice dodges. Wow. You can't try to hit the person who uses spears with every auto attack with your spear. They know. They know how to dodge spears. Oh, time to recall. No!
Q Wars.
Wow. Oh, here comes Rek'Sai now. He's going to try to turn this one around. Coco just going for that blue buff. Faker's back. Back alive again.
With his shiny new black cleaver.
Yep, going to the top lane. To cleave things. 7-3 and 4. How about Wolf, though, this game, man? 4-0-7. Yeah, he's my MVP.
He set up so much.
He deserves every one of those kills.
Yeah, it's got that Righteous Glory now. So he's had it for a while, actually. I mean, that's a big part of the engage that we see right here from SKT.
See, he's got the idol, and I know it's not, but I really wish it was for Morello Namicon, because if you just add a lot of AP onto Annie as support, when you have that Master Yi, if you just, chunk down an extra fifth of their life even with that,
one
you're going to get a ton of reason.
Alpha Strike is ridiculous.
Exactly. So I actually would strongly advocate building damage from here on out on Annie.
Where's the Magi's, you pansy Wolf?
Well, the thing is, the game's not going to last long enough for him to stack it. That's why you go for Morello Namicon at this point. And you want the CDR with Tibbers as well, too.
True enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so the siege continues here. Prey Seeker coming in. Bang. Takes a spear right there, but he
thought he was good at dodging them.
Overshield. And Marin is pulling the wave over with his W right now.
Oh,
Faker gets ulted by Coco. He's trying to run. He can't be slowed.
Nope, he can't. Oh, wow. Oh, meanwhile, Nidalee, I guess, died. Ambition died. Faker made it out.
He's just going to go and heal up with his Blade of the Ruined King at the jungle camps and get a red buff for himself at the same time, it would appear.
We'll see how much he can meditate up as well.
Who needs meditation when you can hit things with your sword and drink their blood, though?
It's true, I suppose. Oh, Coco just getting poked to death. The W stopped, though, because of Mad Life. Alyssa still gets a kill anyway. Mad Life a bit low himself now. Space gets taken out. Double kill for Bang. Who needs Faker anyway? Triple kill for Bang. And this game is about over. Banky coming into harass. Ambition's back just in time to see his world fall apart.
I just feel, SKT winning games with mid-Yi and mid-Irelia, just disrespecting a lot of potentially powerful opponents.
And they're doing it against the other undefeated team in the league, by the way. We're going to 2-0 them with mid-Master Yi. Wow, SK Telecom. I don't know, man. I think 2015 might be the year of SKT once again. GG. That is a 2-0 for SKT. Top Morgana for Marin. Master Yi in mid for Faker. Wolf brings back the Annie and goes 4-1 and 10. Bengi always solid on that Rex.